one thing I've learned about songwriting is even on the difficult days where you sit down and you're strumming away and maybe find a chord progression you like, but you haven't got anything to say. Here's my greatest trick, people, and I'm going to share it with you. Write down, I don't know what to say. That will be the first line of your song. So no matter what you're thinking, feeling, doing in that moment, write that down. That's the launch pin or the diving board for songwriting. You know, once upon a time, 25 years ago or more, I was in a Four Seasons hotel in Los Angeles, California. And I looked out the back window and there was a stand-up piano in a courtyard for a wedding, and I asked them to bring it up to me. And they did. Then I went out and I got in far too much trouble and had too much fun. And the next morning, I got up and I was guilty that I didn't sit down at the damn piano and try to write a song. And I looked at it with my bag on my shoulder and I said, I owe it something. I put the bag down, and the first line out of my mouth was, sitting here wasted and wounded at this old piano, trying hard to capture the moment, but this morning I don't know, because a bottle of vodka is still lodged in my head. And it goes on, became Bed of Roses. So if you sit down and you say what's on your mind, magic can happen.
You're literally journaling. You're journaling into your music. You've said that every day is an opportunity to write a song or have a page of history. So how do you find that balance between documenting and just being in the moment? I'm sure because you are so prolific, at times that can be exhausting to feel like you need to have a voice and sort of document what's happening.
You had to have the confidence to turn it off. Mm-hmm. I was talking with somebody who's, a much more famous songwriter than I just this week. And he said, I'm exhausted when I'm done with a record. I have nothing left to say. And going back to what I'd said a moment ago about the process, I explained it to him and he said, yeah, you're right. That works. But having the confidence to know I'm done with this phase, even if another one were to come and the record's out, as my record now is, I don't want to write another song for 2020. I started to on January the 6th, and I wrote a chorus, called The People's House, and then I stopped. And more than one person has said to me, it's enough topical songs for now. It's enough. And in a weird way, it shut off the faucet. That was the end of that. So now I'm on to something else, and I just wrote something this week and completed it this week and, played it for Shanks over the phone. I go, well, I've written something new, so I think I'm going to go in this direction.
That's amazing. You already have new music. That's incredible.
I've got nothing else to do.
Another thing is that you've said that, these songs are yours, but the stories are ours. And I really felt that when I saw the video for Story of Love in particular. It's this beautiful video with the family footage. And, I know we were talking before, my family, we're on different coasts and we haven't even been able to see each other yet during this whole time because it's not safe yet. And I know so many people can relate to that. But seeing this video, seeing this beautiful footage, hearing your lyrics really comforted me and warmed my heart. And I just would love to learn more about this song in particular and this video.
Well, thank you. As I'd said before, 2020 became a topical record. And one of the topics that we all went through was either being back with our families or missing our families like you were. So that song made the cut because I realized that I was spending much more time with my family than I had in years. Much more time with the older kids who are now all grown and out of the house, and the younger kids who got to witness, that joking line that they say, the making of the sausage, watching me write, work on songs, walk away from them, come back. So there I was, in this thing with my family, and I thought that song deserved to make the cut. And I performed it for Christmas for my family. In fact, my parents' Christmas gift were handwritten lyrics of the song. and in front of my brothers and their wives and their kids and my family and my kids, and here it is, you know, Merry Christmas. And someone took a picture of it, and it's just magic because you could see the emotion in everyone's face. And that's what I wanted to capture with the video. So my parents and my brother found old video and all that baby stuff of me, and we incorporated in with footage of myself with my kids, and that, you know, that whole circle of life. My grandmother, you know, my grandfather, all that kind of stuff.
I mean, you created this heirloom. This is an awesome heirloom you guys created for this video. So beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Over this past year, you know, it sounds like you've been doing mostly either writing or giving, you know, two very admirable things. What other silver linings have come about during this past year for you?
I think the greatest thing, honestly, is having gotten as close as I have to my kids, especially my daughter, who's the eldest, and so she was already the one that was furthest moved on. And the relationship I have, you know, with Steph first, and then the boys, it all got much deeper. I think that's probably the greatest gift that I personally got out of the whole crazy year.
Did you like pick up any new hobbies or pastimes or skill sets? Like, are you like having a new workout regimen? Are you now like an incredible bread baker? You know, like, people have been picking up like very interesting skill sets now.
No, they all did it, and then when I would get like ridiculously restless, they made me be in some of those TikTok-y things. And, you know, I watched them bake bread. I watched them make friendship bracelets. I watched the Tiger King. Right. I did everything that the rest of America did. But when they would go to 90 Day Fiance and friendship bracelets, I came in here and wrote another song.
Okay, good move.
I ran away. I'm sorry. No.
I want to know that personally, you look great, you have to stay in physical shape to perform. Do you have a workout regimen? How do you stay in such great shape?
Well, it's up and down, you know. I mean, yes, I try to. I'm getting a little older, you know. After 50, it isn't as easy as it used to be, but I'm very athletic and active and do everything. But at 59 years old, every single day of the week, I still take singing lessons. I vocalize every single day. And I got that from Tony Bennett. And Tony was like, yeah, I have singing lessons every day. He's like 96 now.
That's incredible.
He's well into his 90s. Tony sings every day.
Every day.
And I said,
well, yeah.
You know, and I do. And then I go over to the studio, and I typically do 2 shows a week for an audience of none, and I'll plug my guitars in, and I will sing a full show, just blaring through monitors. So if I could, I could play the Garden tonight. You know, I could walk into the Garden tonight.
Vocalists and musicians are athletes. You know, They have to stay conditioned. They have to keep up their stamina. They have to work on their vocal warm-ups, or, you know, if you're a guitarist. So I totally get that. That's why I was interested to know, because you can't just like abandon everything and then think you can go and play the Garden.
Well, until I was 50, I was bulletproof.
Which is impressive, by the way.
I know. It went pretty good. Yeah, I had a nice run there. But, you know, I don't mind working at the craft. It only makes it feel better when you get it, you know, where you want it to be, and feeling good emotionally and physically, so you can continue to do it. The last thing I'm ever going to do is drag down the legacy of the band. The minute that Bon Jovi's not on the stadium tour, I'm out. Simple as that. I've done everything I want to do. If we're ever on the Where Are They Now pile, I can promise you here and now, we're out. It's over. This is an album of we, the people.
Bon Jovi 2020.
Stories are personal, and yet they're universal.
Performed live in its entirety.
We're here, you're there.
On a night like this, Bon Jovi 2020. Go to access.tv or download the app for additional Bon Jovi content.